Hello, fantasy freaks. I hope you're doing great. And Game Week 5 is almost there. So, before starting the updates of Game Week 5, let's see how I did in Game Week 4. I brought in Cristiano in the last moment, and it was a quite good decision to bring him in. He scored brace, and I gave him the armband as well. So, he returned me some good points. And my other transfer was Ferran Torres instead of Bruno, but unfortunately Bruno did quite good as well. But it happens, no problem. I scored pretty good points. I'm happy with it. 72, far off the average points, which was just 57 this week. And my rankings are also quite good. I'm happy. And my rankings are also quite good. Most of my players didn't return good points. Michael Antonio was total disappointment, a red card. Similarly, Neil Maupay, Benrahma, Suchek, and Ferran Torres didn't return points for me, and I'm quite disappointed with the Everton side who conceded against Burnley. I was quite confident about Everton having the clean sheet, but it was not so. So I was totally disappointed with Everton. Brighton did quite good, double up defense. Sanchez and Dunk, some good points from them. So that's it for the Game Week 4 update. So now let's jump into the wildcard draft for Game Week 5. Before starting the wildcard draft, let me be clear whom I will be offloading. I'd be replacing Henderson, and I think I would offload Digne as well, Ben Rama, and Suchek, and even Antonio. I think West Ham has quite hard fixtures than the previous ones, as you can see. I'm opting to remove players from West Ham because I think they have comparatively more difficult fixtures than they had in the starting of the season, so that's why I'd offload them as well. Arsenal, they have quite good fixtures, so I'd go with Aubameyang. You could go with Lukaku or even Kane as well. Kane has not been pretty good this season, so it would be your decision totally. You could bring him Kane as well, or even Lukaku, who banged in goals last week as well. But I'll be going with Aubameyang since they have good fixtures, and I think Aubameyang will score few goals, so that's why I'll be getting him in. Simple as that. So let me buy Aubameyang. He's not that expensive as Lukaku, Ronaldo, Harry Kane, so I think it would be quite good buy if he returns some good points. Then let's stick with Ronaldo. I'd stick with him, and Mope. I'd stick with him as well. And regarding midfielders, I think I would go with Mane this time around. Mane was rested in the Champions League fixtures against Milan. He came off the bench, so I think he'll get the nod and he'd surely be starting. And I think Salah will come off the bench. I think Salah won't get 90 minutes, so I think I'd go with Mane. He's a little bit cheaper than Salah as well. It could help you later on. So I'd go with Mane, easy pick. And Brownhill, he would be my fifth midfielder as always. He has played quite good number of minutes this season, as you can see. He has played 90 minutes every game except the first one. So I'd be keeping him as my fifth midfielder. And my another pick for the wildcard draft this game week would be, I think, Damari Gray. He has scored in his last three appearances, so I think I'd be going with him. Damari Gray. He has scored in last three fixtures in which he has featured, as you can see, Leeds, Brighton, and Burnley. So I'd be buying him, Damari Gray. And the next one would be, I think, from Arsenal, since they have good fixtures. I have already mentioned about that. It could be a quite good pick, or even you could go with to a Dallas or Rafinha, since Leeds also have quite good fixtures, and even Wolves has good fixtures. You could go with midfielders from Wolves as well. I'd be opting, I think, Odegaard or even Emil Smith Rowe. I could change any moment, but for now, I think I'd buy Martin Odegaard. So this would be my midfield pick. I'd be replacing Duncan Dean with, I think, Reece James, since his suspension is over and he was quite good down the wing, and Thomas Tuchel playing in the right wing back. He has created so many opportunities and scored goals as well. So I think he would be a pretty good buy. So let me pick Reece James first. And about Marshall, I mentioned about him buying him in the wildcard draft for game week 4 as well, and he delivered some good points. So I think if I think it'd be quite good pick as well for this wildcard draft. So I think I'd be going with him again. So another and the final defense pick would be Marshall from Wolves. He's quite cheap and he's quite attacking as well and delivering points first and foremost, which we all want. So that would be my defense. That's how my defense would look like. That's how my output players will look like. And Henderson is not been playing from United, so I'd go with Leicester. Number one is Michael. He's just 5, and it would be a good pick, I think. So that'd be it. That's how my wildcard draft for game week 5 would look like. And I think I would play 4-4-2 and drop Mope and Brownhill from midfield. And I'm not sure who would I bench from the defense, but I would obviously play 4-4-2. I think so. And I think I would pick Casper Schmeichel ahead of Sanchez. And interestingly, they face each other this game week. I'd fancy Leicester to keep clean sheet against Brighton and Hove Albion, so I'd fancy Schmeichel. So that'd be my fantasy draft for game week 5. I hope this will help you. And about my team selection this week, I have only one free transfers, and I think I'll use it up for offloading. I think Suchek, and I'd keep Antonio in the bench, and I'd be playing 4-4-2. I think I'd be playing either Eiling, and I think I'd be playing Ben White, instead of Michael Antonio. I'm not sure. I would even play Eiling since he's quite good going forward. So I'm quite confused, but obviously I'd play 4-4-2 and save Antonio for latter. He has been in quite good form, so I'd not sell him, but instead I think I'll buy Suchek. So those are my transfer options for this game week. And regarding the captaincy, I think I'd be giving my armband to Mo Salah, and I even don't know if he will start or not, but still I'd risk him. So I think I'd be captaining Mo Salah. Cristiano would be quite good option too, but I don't know. West Ham are also doing quite good, so Mo Salah of fancy. So Mo Salah would be the one I'd go with in my team. So that'd be it about my transfer options and about my squad. How would be how would I be playing in the game week 5, and that's it. So I'll see you later. Hope you score good points. Goodbye, fantasy freaks.